Hey guys, it's Michelle with Monarch Graphics and Design. I am doing beginner videos, but I just got an order for some shirts. So I'm going to go ahead and make some videos out of it. I don't know how long these are going to end up being. If I take too much time doing one thing, I'll try to edit it out so that it's not horrifically long. But I just thought I would do a video on this to show you from scratch. So let's get started. We're going to start anew. Go to File, go to New. I'm going to choose a preset, which is going to be 2800 by 3200 with resolution of 300, and our background is going to remain transparent. I'm going to push OK to get our canvas here. Okay, so this customer is making some shirts for some upcoming birthdays. So she actually has a few designs that she wants done. And then she's getting some designs done for her nephew's birthday. And then she's getting designs done for her birthday as well. So, so this one here, we're gonna do, and it's gonna say Joe. And I'm gonna go ahead and put all of this, each line on a different layer so that I can change the text. So I can edit everything so that all the text isn't together and it all has to be the same. The man. The myth, and the legend. Okay, and she also wants it to have like a little grungy look to it. So, so let's find some scripts, some fonts here, and like I said, if it takes me too long to find some of these fonts, I'll go ahead and edit it. So this one here, we want it to have, okay guys, I'm back. I didn't want you guys to have to sit there and wait while I picked fonts. So this one is Palatino, and then the top and bottom ones are, man, I can't pronounce half these fonts. Androgyne, Androgyne. Anyway, I need to add periods here, and I think I'll go ahead and add, nope, I knew that happened, okay. An exclamation point on this one. Alright, so we're going to line all of these up to be centered. So I'm going to take and click on the top layer, hold the shift key, and then click the bottom layer. And then I'm going to click on my move tool and then go over here to align horizontal centers, and then that aligned everything. It aligned all the words together. So I'm going to go ahead and make this one just a little bit. So if it's at 72, I'm thinking maybe 125. And then I think I'll do the same with this bottom one. Okay, now, and then need to move that down obviously a little bit. I think they're still centered, but I'm gonna check just to make sure. Okay, yeah, see, they were off just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna take everything but this one here, this legend. So I'm gonna hit Control and uncheck it, and then it still leaves me the 3 layers that are checked. Control T, hold my Shift key. I'm gonna make it, you know, just a little bit bigger. And I'm not gonna worry about centering it because I'm gonna go back and center it. So the check, hold the Control button down again and click so that all 4 clicked again. I'm gonna go center it again. Okay, so now we need to add some grunge to it. Let me get my colors the way I want it first, and we're gonna put an outline on all of this. So I think we want to change this to red and change everything else to white. Double click on this little T here, select your color up here, click OK, click the check. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and since I'm working with, well, I was going to add a background just so that I could see it, but I'm actually going to add a border to everything. So I think once I add the border, it'll probably be okay. So what I'm going to do is click over here on the, I'm going to be on this layer that I want to add the border to, but I'm going to click on this right side here, double click. I'm going to go to stroke. I'm going to go to color, and I'm actually going to make it this red that's right here. So I can either click on this or I can click over here on my palette. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Adjust the size that I want. I don't want it. I probably just want it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and push OK. And then to make all the other layers the same, I'm going to hold the Alt button, click on this little FX here, and click and drag. Okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and click and drag up to this legend one, but then I'm going to go in and double click on it, click on the stroke, and color it white. So it'll be the opposite. And click OK. Okay, so the way that I like to, this is in one of the earlier videos, the way I like to do the grunge look is by using the eraser tool. So I'm going to go to my eraser tool. I'm going to click up here on my brushes. And I already have some loaded. So I can just click on them. If you don't have brushes here, or you need to load some that you've gotten, you're going to click on this little arrow here and you're going to click load brushes. Or you can just choose, if you wanted one of these, you can just choose one of these. But otherwise you would click load brushes. If you need to know how to do that, I have a previous video if you want to check that out. So we're going to find one we like. It's going to be one of these bottom ones here. I do know that much. So it's gonna make me rasterize these layers. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that I have them the size that I want, which I do, because once you rasterize the layers, you don't really want to adjust the size because it'll distort it. So I'm gonna shift, click, right click, raster size. Oh, okay. Okay. So let me see something here really fast. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and merge all the layers just so that I can apply the grunge look all at the same time and I don't have to do it on each layer. So I'm going to click back on my eraser tool and I'm going to see which one I like. Now this is as big as this brush is going to get, and because I'm using the eraser tool, I can't control T it at a later time. So I'm actually going to make my design a little bit smaller just so that it will cover the whole thing. So we're going to go up to image. I'm going to go ahead actually and crop it first since I'm going to end up cropping it anyway. So I'm going to go to the little crop tool here and click and drag, and then I'll adjust it to where I want it. But even though I did that, it's still going to be, see, it's still a little too big for this. Okay, so I'm going to go up to image size. I'm going to change the resolution. Oh, to 350, not 3500. But then I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. But I'm going to make the resolution a little bit higher because I did rasterize the font. Okay, so zoom out just a little bit. Still just a little too big. So we're going to go to image size again and go down just a little bit more. I'm trying to just go a little bit at a time. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to try this brush here and see what I think. I'm going to try to line it up correctly, or as good as I can. Okay, so I think, I'm going to put a background on it so I can see this white a little bit better. But maybe it just kind of seems like it's a straight line, so I might have to pick a different brush. But let's go ahead and add layer, new, layer, background, click, drag to the bottom, and I'm going to just change this to something obnoxious. Okay, that's too obnoxious. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm not really happy with that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead before I do this and add that layer back again because I Control Alt Z to get rid of it. Okay, so now I'm going to make sure I'm on my correct layer. I'm going to go to the eraser tool. I'm going to try to pick a different one now. That was that one. That's way too much, I can tell. That's way too much. That one's not bad on this side. I guess I could do it in sections. Okay, so let's try it here. We'll do that. I'm going to overlap it just a little so it doesn't look like there's a line. And like that. It looks pretty good. Let me see something here. Okay, so this is a little heavy through here. So what I'm going to do is go to my picker tool. I'm going to click and make this red. Then I'm going to go to my brush and I'm going to get a normal brush, just a round, hard brush. And I'm going to use my bracket keys. Click off this. Use my bracket keys to make it bigger or smaller. Left makes it smaller, right makes it bigger. I'm going to keep it pretty small. I'm just going to kind of go over this just a little bit to bring it back, just so it's not quite so heavy in that one spot. And just pick the little spots where it's a little heavy. And just brush back some of the color. So then in this instance over here, I would want to use, change my color to white. Break this up a little so it's not just a little vein going right through there. Break this up a little bit. Adjust my size by using the brackets. I'm going to turn up the opacity on this a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm going to turn the opacity down just a little bit. Go over this a little. Color this in a little bit better. Just kind of, adjust it to the way you want it. These brushes aren't going to be perfect, So this is a way that you can tweak it. Whoops. So I messed up there, so Control-Alt-Z. Slip of the mouse. Turn my opacity back up. Okay. I'm going to switch back to the red. Go back to my brush. Alt to zoom in. I'm going to clean this up just a little. I'm going to turn down the opacity again just to kind of blend that in a little bit more so it's not so stark. So it's not like, oh, she just erased that. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So since I am going to be sending this to a customer for approval, I explained a lot of this in the previous videos. So I'm gonna turn off the background. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I don't want to adjust the size too much because we did raster size the fonts, and so I don't want to mess with the size too much, but I do need to make sure that it's gonna work. It's not too small. So since I did raise up the resolution, I'm gonna go ahead and make this 2900. And okay, that still looks good. So I'm gonna do a file. I'm gonna do a save as. I'm gonna save it as a Photoshop, so that if my customer doesn't like it, I can go in and change it and adjust it and do whatever it is I need to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn the background back on though, so she can see it. I do not know what color shirt she intends on putting this on. And I put that on the wrong layer. I need to make sure I'm on my background layer. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it on black. And then I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller. I'm going to change the resolution down to 125. And that kind of changed this down all by itself. So I'm just going to leave it because now it's only 2 megabytes instead of 7, almost 18. And then that'll be easier for emailing. So I'm going to push OK. I'm going to do a file. I'm going to do a save as. And then I'm going to do a JPEG. And I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to go back and Control-Alt-Z to get it back to where it was before I did all of that, because I only did that for emailing purposes. I didn't do it for t-shirt purposes. So I think I'm going to end this one here. She does have some other designs, and so I'll probably make videos for those too. But I'll go ahead and end this one because it's probably been a little while already, so I don't want to bore you anymore. Hopefully I'm not boring you. Hopefully you're learning at least something. Like I said, these are beginner videos, but hopefully if there's some new people out there that don't know really how to use this, that I hope they get something out of it. I really do. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my website for all my t-shirt designs. The link is in the description below. And if there's a design that on my website, or just any design that you would like me to feature here on this channel, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.